What do you do? Like, have you ever been in this? Maybe you haven't, but have you ever been in a situation where like you literally like feel like you're gonna yourself? Is it too personal?
No, no. So it's not been that. I've never had that problem yet. I did have a problem where it was the number one. Didn't think I was gonna make it off the track. I thought I was just gonna have to go right in the seat. That's the short answer. Is that when driver has to go and they just can't hold it in, they just go.
Wait, really? That's like a thing?
Yes, that is a thing. It's like a rite of passage, fortunately.
YoHallo! Welcome in, everybody! What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Today, we are doing cool thing in all caps. We are chatting with our NASCAR sanctioned driver, homie, partner, Samsung Galaxy, Xbox, PS5, Nintendo Switch partner, Michael Klein. So Michael's like, why did I partner with her? Is our little NASCAR driver partner. I'm gonna ask you first to like kind of introduce yourself. I know that's like the worst question to ask. It's so annoying. Like, oh, introduce yourself to the stream. But like, you know, however you, what are the things that like you're passionate about, I guess is the question, because I know you do a lot of different things.
Yeah, my name is Michael Klein. I am a race car driver. Sure you all probably know that, but yeah, so I've basically been into racing for as long as I can remember, so I can't really pinpoint. I've just been into it for as long as I can remember. That's really all I can say. As long as I can remember, I've just been into it. So I've always wanted to be a driver, and for a while it looked like this may not be a dream that was possible for me. You know, I think this just shows that with hard work and perseverance, you know, you can make anything happen as long as you're willing to put in the work for it. So basically my journey started out in go-karts, which is where a lot of people do. Began racing those when I was about 15, which is actually really late for most drivers, because a lot of these guys you see in NASCAR started when they were 5, which is just astounding to a lot of people, but that's just the reality of it now.
I remember I asked you this yesterday, but I think the chat would love to hear this answer, because what was that favorite race that you had? It was like the BC39, I think, right?
Yeah, I ran that about 5 years ago now. It's basically a dirt open wheel race they do at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, which is where the Indy 500 is held, so it's kind of a big deal. But they also ran it on the same weekend that NASCAR is there. So I was actually competing with some of the guys you see in NASCAR now, like Chase Briscoe, Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson was in it.
And that was a race that was it was like a charity race, I think, right? Or what did you say? I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember.
Yes, so basically it's a memorial race that was run for a racer who was killed several years ago named Brian Clausen. Basically, the story behind him is that he saved 5 lives through being an organ donor, and so part of the point of this race is to spread awareness for Driven to Save Lives, which is a foundation created in a few drivers' honors. It's out there to try to help save lives, and I'm really happy to have been a part of that.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think that's really awesome. And then outside of like the racing stuff, I know that you're also like a voice actor, obviously like anime.
Yeah, so I've always kind of been into the animation and video games. Several years ago, you know, I honestly wasn't into anime until I really became an adult. When my brother was watching Attack on Titan, I sat down and watched with him, and I was like, okay, this is pretty good. I'm enjoying this. I watched other shows like Initial D, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and found out there's a pool of actors, you know, a big pool of actors here who do anime. And then the pandemic happened, and when that happened, I lost a lot of my partners. Some of my teams ended up shutting down, and I basically ended up out of a seat for almost 2 years. And so I began to look at other things I could do, and voice acting was at the top of that list, because I kind of saw this as an opportunity to maybe if this racing thing isn't going to work out, maybe this is something else I can do. I began taking some classes, and I found I have a true love for this. Then I eventually started racing again. When I wasn't racing, I was miserable, and I realize now that was not a healthy mindset to have. I see now that having other interests is great. I think it's only helped me both on the track and off the track as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. Heck yeah. Can you I know it's like weird to describe something like this, but how do you feel when you're on the track? What appeals to you the most about like being behind the wheel and like racing? Like what draws you to that, I guess? How does that make you feel? You know, like, I don't know if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
No, it makes sense. Basically, it's like, I think it's just the sense of control I get behind the wheel of a car. You know, it's something that I can control. It's something that I have power over my own destiny in. And I think just the sensations too. You know, I love the speed, I love the people, I love everything about it. Nothing else matters when I'm on track.
Carrick asked, will Kōri ride shotgun for the race?
Oh.
If only.
You know, I don't know. Maybe I should get into rally car racing and then you can be my co-driver. Because they have co-drivers for that.
Oh my gosh, you do not want me as a co-driver. You like wear a helmet, right? Like obviously.
Yeah.
Is it like a closed helmet?
Yeah, it is a closed helmet. They basically all the tracks now mandate closed helmets. I think rallying still does open helmets, but that's about it.
Okay. Have you ever like burped really bad and it just got like stuck in the helmet and you have to do it the rest of the race?
Yes.
Really? What did you eat that day? Like, yeah. why was it like a bad burp?
You know, I would always travel up with my dad for these races, and we would always just stop at a fast food place on the way there, which I do not recommend. This past weekend, they ran the Snowball Derby down at Pensacola, and the guy who won it, as soon as he got out, you could tell he had thrown up in his helmet.
Oh no!
You just gotta tough it out, unfortunately.
Another question from Indigo. How demanding is oval racing compared to road courses? I have to imagine they require much different skill sets.
They do. You know, I've honestly found road course racing to be the more physically demanding one. So basically, I ran a road course go-kart race a couple years ago. It was the first time I'd ever raced on a road course. I'd never felt so exhausted in my life. My muscles had never been so sore. It was just incredible how there's definitely very different skill sets for that. Yeah, and I want to thank you for having me on. This is so great. Your community has been so great to me ever since we announced this. I'm just so grateful for that.
Yeah, no, thank you so much, Michael, for being here. Thank you for for considering me. You know, it's an honor, and I'm so grateful that I was considered to be a partner for you, and I'm so glad that we can support each other in our journeys and all that, and do something really historical. Really, I think we're making history in more ways than one. Thank you for allowing this to happen. Really, it's all thanks to you.
Thank you. Yeah, I really appreciate that.
Okay, last question and I'll let you go. I promise. But I like to ask people like what their favorite shit story is. You don't have to answer if you don't want to.
Yeah, yeah, no problem. I really don't have one, if I'm being honest.
Oh, Michael.
I'm sorry to be so anticlimactic.
I was so looking forward to this. You just ruined the whole stream, Michael. How dare you? I'm calling the partnership off.
Wait, I do have one. Actually, I just thought of it.
Let's go. Okay, Michael, go ahead.
Okay. I was on my way to Daytona last year.
Oh shit.
And I stopped at a restaurant called Bojangles on my way down there, which my East Coasters, my fellow Southeasterners will know what that is. And I'm on my way to Daytona, and I'm like 90% sure I got E. coli from that.
Oh my god, no.
Yeah. So I spent the whole first half of that trip, you know, in the bathroom.
Oh no, that's terrible. I'm sorry to hear that.
It was kind of funny a little bit, but yeah, I actually did end up going to the ER because I did wake up one night in like short of breath, and you know, and it turns out I was just so dehydrated because I just could not keep anything in.
Yeah. Oh no. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. Now it's serious. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm laughing about it now too. I'm so grateful to my friend Alex, who was going down with me. He was a trooper. He drove the rest of the way down there. I'm so grateful for this dude.
Oh, well, thank you for sharing your shit story. I appreciate it. Ended on a high note. Thanks for coming on, obviously. Yeah, the chat really appreciates you. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Get some rest. I know it's time for bed soon. So yeah, take care. Thank you, Michael. And yeah, I'll talk to you later.
Sounds great. Thank you so much.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Bye.